Welcome to my channel, 13 Bunches of Dark Blue Soul, where we discuss the top 10 Rock-type Pokémon. Tyrantrum Power. Tyranitar is a powerful Pokémon known for its incredible strength and formidable abilities. Here are some of the powers and abilities associated with Tyranitar. Strong physical attacks. Tyranitar has a massive attack stat, allowing it to deliver devastating physical blows to its opponents. Moves like Crunch, Stone Edge, and Earthquake can cause significant damage to a wide range of Pokémon types. Sandstream. Tyranitar's special ability, Sandstream, summons a sandstorm when it enters the battle. This not only causes damage to all non-rock, ground, and steel-type Pokémon but also boosts Tyranitar's special defense stat. Rock-type moves. As a Rock/Dark-type Pokémon, Tyranitar possesses a variety of powerful Rock-type moves, such as Rock Slide and Rock Tomb. These moves can deal heavy damage to flying, bug, ice, and fire-type Pokémon. Special defense. Tyranitar has a high base special defense stat, making it more resilient against special attacks. This allows it to withstand hits from Pokémon that rely on special moves. Sandstorm support. Tyranitar's Sandstream ability can be utilized to support its team. The Sandstorm can activate abilities like Sand Force, boost the special defense of Rock-type Pokémon, and weaken opponents that are susceptible to Sandstorm damage. Mega Evolution. When equipped with the Tyranitarite Mega Stone, Tyranitar can undergo Mega Evolution. This transformation increases its attack and defense stats significantly, making it even more formidable in battle. Unyielding defense. Tyranitar's high base defense stat allows it to endure physical attacks and remain a potent force on the battlefield. It can tank hits from many opponents and strike back with its formidable offensive capabilities. Defense energy. Tyranitar is known for its high base defense stat, making it a formidable physical wall. However, in terms of defense energy, it's not a standard attribute or term used in Pokémon gameplay. In Pokémon battles, Tyranitar's defense stat is used to determine its resistance to physical attacks. The higher the defense stat, the less damage Tyranitar will take from physical moves. Tyranitar's base defense stat is 110, which is quite high and allows it to withstand many physical attacks effectively. Additionally, Tyranitar has access to various defensive moves and abilities that can further enhance its defensive capabilities. For example, it can learn moves like Protect, Stone Edge, and Stealth Rock, which can help it endure attacks and set up hazards on the opponent's side of the field. Weakness. Tyranitar is a dual-type Rock/Dark Pokémon, and its weaknesses are primarily related to its Rock typing. Here are its weaknesses. Water-type moves. Tyranitar is 4x weak to Water-type moves. Due to its Rock typing, Water-type moves deal double damage to Tyranitar. Fighting-type moves. Tyranitar is weak to Fighting-type moves, taking double damage from them. Fighting-type moves exploit its Dark typing. Ground-type moves. Being a Rock-type Pokémon, Tyranitar is vulnerable to Ground-type moves. Ground-type moves deal double damage to it. Evolution. Tyranitar is a powerful and popular Rock/Dark-type Pokémon. It evolves from Pupitar when it reaches level 55, which in turn evolves from Larvitar starting at level 30. Tyranitar Power. Tyranitar is a powerful Pokémon known for its exceptional strength and offensive capabilities. As a member of the legendary Swords of Justice trio in the Pokémon series, Tyranitar possesses a unique set of abilities and characteristics. Here are some of its notable powers and attributes. Typing. Tyranitar is a Rock/Fighting-type Pokémon, giving it a dual typing that provides excellent offensive coverage. This combination grants it strengths against various types, including Flying, Bug, Fire, Ice, Dark, Normal, Poison, and Steel. Base stats. Tyranitar has impressive base stats, particularly in its attack and speed attributes. Its high attack stat allows it to deal significant damage with physical moves, while its speed stat enables it to outspeed many opponents. Justified ability. Tyranitar's signature ability is Justified. Whenever Tyranitar is hit by a Dark-type move, its attack stat increases by 1 stage. This ability allows Terrakion to boost its already formidable attack power, making it even more dangerous in battle. Sacred Sword. Terrakion's most iconic move is Sacred Sword. This fighting-type move is exclusive to the Swords of Justice trio and ignores the target's stat changes, allowing it to deal consistent damage regardless of defensive boosts or reductions. Other moves. In addition to Sacred Sword, Terrakion can learn a wide array of moves to diversify its move pool and adapt to different situations. Some notable moves include Close Combat, Rock Slide, Earthquake, Stone Edge, X-Scissor, and Sword Stance. Versatile Sweeper. Terrakion is often utilized as a physical sweeper due to its excellent attack stat and access to powerful moves. With its high speed, it can outpace many opponents and quickly dispatch them with its formidable offensive capabilities. Countering abilities. While Terrakion possesses impressive offensive power, it does have a few weaknesses that can be exploited. Its dual typing makes it susceptible to water, grass, psychic, ground, fighting, fairy, steel, and psychic type moves. Additionally, its lower defenses make it vulnerable to strong special attacks. Defense Energy. Terrakion has a base stat total of 580, with 91 HP, 129 attack, 90 defense, 72 special attack, 90 special defense, and 108 speed. Its high attack stat makes it a formidable physical attacker. As a rock/fighting type, Terrakion has a few weaknesses, including fighting, ground, steel, water, grass, psychic, fairy, and steel type moves. It is immune to normal type moves due to its rock typing. Terrakion can learn a variety of moves through leveling up, TM/HM compatibility, breeding, and move tutors. Some commonly used moves by Terrakion include Close Combat, Stone Edge, Earthquake, Rock Slide, X-Scissor, Sword Stance, and Stealth Rock. Weakness. Terrakion is a rock/fighting type Pokémon introduced in Generation V. As a dual-type Pokémon, it has both strengths and weaknesses. Here are the weaknesses of Terrakion. Water-type moves. Terrakion is weak to water-type moves, which are super effective against both its rock and fighting typings. Water-type attacks can deal significant damage to Terrakion. Grass-type moves. Terrakion is also weak to grass-type moves. Similar to water-type moves, grass-type moves are super effective against Terrakion's rock typing, making them a good choice to exploit its weakness. Fighting-type moves. While Terrakion is resistant to fighting-type moves due to its own fighting typing, it is still vulnerable to fighting-type moves from Pokémon that have higher attack stats or moves that have type advantages like Close Combat. Ground-type moves. Terrakion takes damage from ground-type moves. Although it is not weak to ground-type attacks, they can still deal considerable damage to Terrakion due to its rock typing. Evolution. Terrakion does not have an evolution. Terrakion is a rock/fighting type Pokémon and is one of the members of the legendary trio known as the Swords of Justice, along with Cobalion, Virizion, and Keldeo. Each member of the Swords of Justice represents a different virtue. Archeops Power. Archeops is a Pokémon species introduced in the 5th generation of the Pokémon franchise. As a flying/rock-type Pokémon, Archeops possesses several abilities and powers. Here are some of its notable abilities and moves. Ability, Defeatist. When Archeops' HP falls below 50%, its attack and special attack stats are halved. This ability reflects Archeops' lore, as it represents the species' inability to fly after its revival from a fossil. Moves. Archeops can learn a variety of moves through leveling up, TMs, technical machines, breeding, or other methods. Some notable moves include Acrobatics, a powerful flying-type move that doubles in power if Archeops is not holding an item. Stone Edge, a rock-type move that has high critical hit ratio, making it a reliable and powerful attack. Earthquake, a ground-type move that deals damage to all opponents on the field, making it useful against multiple targets. Crunch, a dark-type move that can lower the target's defense stat, providing Archeops with more offensive options. High attack stat. Archeops has a high base attack stat, making it capable of dealing significant damage with physical moves. Speed. Archeops has a base speed stat of 110, which is relatively high. This allows it to outspeed many opponents and strike first in battle. Defense energy. Archeops is a Pokémon species introduced in the 5th generation of the Pokémon franchise. It is a dual-type rock/flying Pokémon known for its high offensive stats but relatively low defensive capabilities. When it comes to defense, Archeops is not particularly strong. Its base defense stat is only 65, which is quite low compared to many other Pokémon. This means that it is susceptible to taking a significant amount of damage from physical attacks. In terms of energy, Archeops does not possess any special abilities or moves that directly relate to energy manipulation or defense. Its focus is primarily on offense, with moves like Stone Edge, Acrobatics, and Earthquake, which allow it to deal heavy damage to opponents. Weakness. Archeops is a rock/flying type Pokémon. As such, it has several weaknesses that can be exploited in battle. The primary weaknesses of Archeops are: Water-type moves. Archeops is 4x weak to Water-type moves, meaning it takes quadruple damage from them. Water-type moves are super effective against both its rock and flying typing. Electric-type moves. Archeops is also weak to electric-type moves, taking double damage from them. Electric-type moves are super effective against its flying typing. Ice-type moves. Archeops is vulnerable to Ice-type moves, taking double damage from them. Ice-type moves are super effective against its flying typing. Additionally, Archeops has a few other weaknesses due to its rock typing, although they are not as pronounced as its water, electric, and ice-type weaknesses. These include grass, fighting, ground, and steel-type moves. Evolution. Archeops does not have an evolution. It evolves from Arcan when it reaches level 37. Archeops has the ability Defeatist, which lowers its attack and special attack stats by half when its HP falls below 50%. Rampardos Power. Rampardos is a Pokémon species introduced in the 4th generation of the Pokémon franchise. It is a rock-type Pokémon and is known for its high attack and speed stats, as well as its signature move, Head Smash. Here are some of Rampardos' notable powers and abilities. Strong physical attack. Rampardos has an incredibly high base attack stat, making it one of the strongest physical attackers among rock-type Pokémon. It can deliver powerful blows with moves like Head Smash, which is its signature move and has high base power. Speed. Rampardos also has a relatively high speed stat, allowing it to outspeed many opponents and strike first. This, combined with its high attack stat, makes Rampardos a formidable threat in battle. Rockhead. Rampardos has the ability Rockhead, which prevents it from taking recoil damage when using moves that have a recoil effect, such as Head Smash. This ability allows Rampardos to unleash its powerful attacks without suffering any drawbacks. Mold Breaker. Rampardos can have the ability Mold Breaker as its hidden ability. This ability allows Rampardos to ignore the abilities of its opponents that would normally affect or weaken its attacks. It enables Rampardos to directly hit Pokémon with abilities like Levitate, Solid Rock, or Lightning Rod. Move Pool. Rampardos has access to a variety of rock-type moves, including Stone Edge, Rock Slide, and Rock Polish. It can also learn some ground-type moves like Earthquake and Dig, expanding its offensive coverage. Defense energy. In Pokémon battles, energy is a term used to refer to the resource required to use moves. Different moves require different types of energy, such as fire energy or electric energy, which are associated with specific types of Pokémon moves. If you're referring to strategies or moves that can enhance Rampardos' defensive capabilities, there are a few options available. It can learn moves like Protect, which allows it to completely avoid damage for one turn, or Stealth Rock, which sets up entry hazards and damages the opposing Pokémon upon switch in. Additionally, you can consider using items like the Eviolite, which boosts the defense and special defense of unevolved Pokémon, although it's worth noting that Rampardos cannot evolve further. However, it's important to keep in mind that Rampardos' strengths lie in its high attack stat, and it's generally used as a physical attacker rather than a defensive Pokémon. Weakness. As a rock-type Pokémon, it has several weaknesses that trainers can exploit during battles. Here are the weaknesses of Rampardos. Water-type moves. Rampardos takes double damage from water-type moves. Water-type Pokémon or moves with water-based attacks are particularly effective against Rampardos. Grass-type moves. Rampardos is also weak to grass-type moves, which deal double damage to it. Using Pokémon with grass-type moves can be an effective strategy against Rampardos. Ground-type moves. Rampardos is vulnerable to ground-type moves, which are super effective against it. Ground-type Pokémon or moves with ground-type attacks can exploit this weakness. Fighting-type moves. Rampardos is weak to fighting-type moves, which deal double damage to it. Pokémon with fighting-type moves can have an advantage in battles against Rampardos. Steel-type moves. Rampardos is also weak to Steel-type moves, taking double damage from them. Utilizing Pokémon with Steel-type moves can be an effective strategy to take down Rampardos. Evolution. Cranidos is a rock-type Pokémon introduced in Generation 4. It evolves into Rampardos when it reaches level 30. Rampardos is known for its incredibly high attack stat, making it a formidable physical attacker. It has a unique fossil-based design and is known for its strong headbutting abilities. Tyrantrum Power. Tyrantrum is a Pokémon species introduced in the 6th generation of Pokémon games, Pokémon X and Y. It is a rock/dragon-type Pokémon and possesses various powers and abilities. Here are some of Tyrantrum's notable powers and characteristics. Strong physical attack. Tyrantrum has a high base attack stat, making it a formidable physical attacker. It can unleash powerful moves like Head Smash, Dragon Claw, and Earthquake to deal heavy damage to its opponents. Rock and Dragon typing. Tyrantrum's Rock and Dragon typing gives it a wide range of resistances and immunities. It is resistant to normal, flying, fire, poison, and electric type moves. Additionally, it is immune to psychic moves. Strong Jaw ability. Tyrantrum's hidden ability is Strong Jaw, which boosts the power of its biting moves like Crunch and Fire Fang. This ability enhances its already powerful physical attacks. Rock Head ability. Tyrantrum's regular ability is Rock Head, which prevents it from taking recoil damage from moves like Head Smash, allowing it to use these powerful moves without any drawback. Fossil Pokémon. Tyrantrum is a Pokémon resurrected from a jaw fossil. As a fossil Pokémon, it showcases ancient powers and a fearsome appearance reminiscent of prehistoric creatures. Tyrannical presence. Tyrantrum's design is based on a Tyrannosaurus rex, and it exudes a sense of power and dominance. Its intimidating appearance can strike fear into the hearts of its opponents. Limited speed. While Tyrantrum boasts impressive offensive capabilities, it is relatively slow compared to many other Pokémon. Its speed can be a disadvantage in battles against faster opponents. Defense energy. Tyrantrum is a dual-type rock/dragon Pokémon introduced in the Pokémon X and Y video games. It has a high base attack stat and decent base defense, making it more of a physical attacker than a defensive Pokémon. However, you can still optimize Tyrantrum's defense by considering its typing and movesets. Firstly, Tyrantrum's rock/dragon typing provides some resistance to common types of attacks such as normal, flying, electric, poison, and fire. It also has a few weaknesses, including fighting, ground, steel, water, and fairy. To enhance its defense, you should consider using moves that complement its typing and provide coverage against its weaknesses. For example, you can teach Tyrantrum moves like Dragon Claw or Outrage for strong Dragon-type stab, same type attack bonus, attacks. These moves take advantage of its high attack stat and can help deal significant damage to opposing Pokémon. To bolster its defense, you can also teach Tyrantrum moves like Stealth Rock or Dragon Tail. Stealth Rock sets up entry hazards that damage opposing Pokémon when they switch in, while Dragon Tail can be used to phase out opponents and disrupt their strategies. In terms of defensive support, you can consider pairing Tyrantrum with Pokémon that can set up entry hazards like Stealth Rock or provide defensive support through moves like Light Screen and Reflect. This can help mitigate damage taken by Tyrantrum and provide it with more opportunities to deal damage. Weakness. Tyrantrum is a dual-type rock/dragon Pokémon introduced in Generation 6 of the Pokémon series. As a rock/dragon type, Tyrantrum has a few weaknesses you can exploit in battles. Its weaknesses are as follows. Fairy-type, Tyrantrum is weak against Fairy-type moves. Fairy-type attacks are super effective against Dragon-type Pokémon like Tyrantrum. Moves like Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, and Play Rough can deal significant damage to it. Ice-type, Tyrantrum is also weak against Ice-type moves. Ice-type attacks are super effective against Dragon-type Pokémon, and Tyrantrum's rock-typing makes it vulnerable as well. Moves like Ice Beam, Ice Punch, and Blizzard can inflict heavy damage. Dragon-type, while Tyrantrum is a Dragon-type Pokémon itself, it is still susceptible to Dragon-type moves. Dragon-type attacks are super effective against other Dragon-type Pokémon, including Tyrantrum. Moves like Dragon Claw, Draco Meteor, and Outrage can deal considerable damage to it. Evolution. Tyrantrum is known for its intimidating appearance and powerful attacks. It has a dinosaur-like design, resembling a Tyrannosaurus rex. It has a rock/dragon typing, making it weak to fighting, ground, dragon, fairy, and steel-type moves, while being strong against normal, flying, poison, and fire-type moves. Aerodactyl Power. Aerodactyl is a rock/flying type Pokémon known for its powerful physical attacks and high speed. Here are some of the notable powers and abilities associated with Aerodactyl. Rockhead. Aerodactyl's ability prevents recoil damage from moves like Double Edge or Takedown. Pressure. Aerodactyl's ability puts pressure on opposing Pokémon, causing them to use more PP when attacking. Strong Jaw. Hidden ability. This ability boosts the power of biting moves like Crunch. Aerodactyl has a high base speed stat, making it one of the fastest Pokémon in battle. Aerodactyl can learn a variety of powerful moves, including Earthquake, Rock Slide, Aerial Ace, Dragon Claw, and Ice Fang. These moves take advantage of Aerodactyl's high attack stat and its rock/flying typing. Aerodactyl has access to the move Stealth Rock, which sets up entry hazards that damage opposing Pokémon switching into battle. Aerodactyl can Mega Evolve into Mega Aerodactyl, gaining an increase in attack and speed stats. Mega Aerodactyl also gains the Tough Claws ability, which boosts the power of contact moves. Defense Energy. Aerodactyl is a rock/flying type Pokémon known for its high speed and offensive capabilities. It does not have a specific defense energy ability or move associated with it. However, I can provide you with information about Aerodactyl's defense stats and potential defensive strategies. Aerodactyl's base defense stat is 85, which is decent but not exceptional compared to other Pokémon. It excels more in its speed and attack stats. Due to its rock/flying typing, Aerodactyl is weak to several common types such as water, electric, rock, ice, and steel. This vulnerability to multiple types makes it susceptible to taking damage from various attacks. To bolster Aerodactyl's defense, you can consider a few strategies. Item-based defense boost. Equip Aerodactyl with defensive items like the Eviolite, which boosts the defense stat of unevolved Pokémon. This item can increase Aerodactyl's overall survivability. Moveset selection. Include defensive moves in Aerodactyl's moveset to help mitigate incoming damage. For example, moves like Roost can restore HP, while moves like Stealth Rock can set up entry hazards, wearing down opponents over time. Supportive teammates. Pair Aerodactyl with Pokémon that can provide defensive support. This can include Pokémon with moves like Reflect, Light Screen, or Wish, which can enhance Aerodactyl's survivability. Weakness. Aerodactyl is a dual-type rock/flying Pokémon, and it has a few weaknesses that can be exploited in battle. Its weaknesses are as follows. Water-type moves. Aerodactyl is 4 times weak to water-type moves. This means that water-type attacks will deal 4 times the normal damage to Aerodactyl, making it an excellent choice to exploit this weakness. Electric-type moves, Aerodactyl is also 4 times weak to electric-type moves. Similar to water-type attacks, electric-type moves will deal 4 times the normal damage to Aerodactyl. Ice-type moves, Aerodactyl is doubly weak to ice-type moves. Ice-type attacks will deal double the normal damage to Aerodactyl, making them an effective choice against this Pokémon. Evolution. In the Pokémon franchise, Aerodactyl does not have any evolutions. It is a standalone Pokémon and does not have a pre-evolution or any further evolutionary stages. Aerodactyl is a rock/flying type Pokémon and is known for its prehistoric appearance and high speed. Gigalith Power. Gigalith is a rock-type Pokémon introduced in the 5th generation of the Pokémon franchise. It evolves from Bold Ore when traded. As a rock-type Pokémon, Gigalith possesses several powers and abilities associated with its elemental type. Here are some of its notable powers. Rock-type moves. As a rock-type Pokémon, Gigalith can learn and utilize various rock-type moves such as Stone Edge, Rock Slide, Rock Blast, and Power Gem. These moves allow it to deal significant damage to opponents, especially those weak to rock-type attacks. Sturdy. Gigalith has the ability Sturdy, which enables it to withstand a single attack that would otherwise result in a knockout. This ability allows Gigalith to survive attacks with 1 HP, providing it with an opportunity to strike back or be switched out to ensure its longevity in battle. Solid Rock. Gigalith's hidden ability is Solid Rock, which reduces the damage taken from super effective moves. This ability helps Gigalith endure attacks from Pokémon that have a type advantage over it, increasing its overall survivability. High defense and special defense. Gigalith has impressive base defense and special defense stats, making it a sturdy Pokémon that can withstand attacks from various opponents. Its high defensive capabilities allow it to endure hits and remain on the battlefield for longer periods. Physical attacker. Gigalith excels as a physical attacker due to its high attack stat. With moves like Stone Edge and Rock Slide, Gigalith can deal heavy damage to opponents weak against rock-type attacks. Weather Setter. Gigalith can learn the move Sandstorm, which creates a sandstorm weather condition. Sandstorm damages all Pokémon on the opposing team that are not rock, ground, or steel types, providing Gigalith with an advantage against certain opponents while also benefiting other rock-type teammates. Defense Energy. Gigalith is a rock-type Pokémon that was introduced in the 5th generation of the Pokémon series. It evolves from a Pokémon called Bold Ore when traded or when exposed to a special evolutionary item called a Gigantamax Energy. In terms of its defensive capabilities, Gigalith has a high base defense stat, making it naturally sturdy against physical attacks. It also has a decent base HP stat, allowing it to take hits reasonably well. However, it has a lower base special defense stat, making it more vulnerable to special attacks. Gigalith's defensive capabilities can be further enhanced by training it in the right way and giving it the right moves and items. For example, you can teach it moves like Stealth Rock, which sets up entry hazards that damage opposing Pokémon when they switch in. This can help wear down the opposing team and provide additional defensive utility. In terms of its ability, Gigalith has a few options. Its most commonly used ability is Sturdy, which allows it to survive a one-hit knockout move at full HP and then retaliate. Another ability it can have is Sandstream, which summons a sandstorm upon entering battle. The sandstorm can provide additional chip damage to non-rock, ground, or steel-type Pokémon. To maximize Gigalith's defensive potential, you can consider training it with EVs, effort values, in defense and HP to further boost its defensive stats. Additionally, you can equip it with items like Leftovers to gradually restore its HP each turn or Assault Vest to increase its special defense at the cost of using only damaging moves. Weakness. Gigalith is a rock-type Pokémon introduced in Generation V. As a rock-type Pokémon, Gigalith has several weaknesses that can be exploited in battles. Its weaknesses include Water-type moves. Gigalith is 4x weak to water-type moves, meaning it takes 4 times the normal damage from them. Water-type moves are super effective against Gigalith and can deal significant damage. Fighting-type moves, Gigalith is also weak to fighting-type moves. These moves are super effective against Gigalith and can cause substantial damage. Grass-type moves, Gigalith is weak to grass-type moves, which are also super effective against it. Grass-type moves can exploit Gigalith's weakness and deal increased damage. Ground-type moves, Gigalith is weak to ground-type moves as well. Ground-type moves can hit Gigalith's rock-typing for super effective damage. Evolution. Gigalith is a rock-type Pokémon that was introduced in the 5th generation of Pokémon games, Pokémon Black and White. It evolves from Boldore when traded. In its final evolved form, Gigalith does not have any further evolutionary stages. Gigalith is known for its high defense and attack stats, making it a formidable physical tank. It has the ability to learn various rock-type moves, as well as moves from other types, such as ground and normal. Some notable moves that Gigalith can learn include Stone Edge, Earthquake, Iron Head, and Heavy Slam. In terms of appearance, Gigalith resembles a large, quadrupedal creature made of solid rock. It has a rugged and sturdy body with various rock formations protruding from its back. Gigalith's design is reminiscent of a golem or a rock elemental. If you have a Boldore and want to evolve it into Gigalith, you'll need to trade it with another player or use a trading feature within the game. Once the trade is complete, Boldore will evolve into Gigalith. Keep in mind that trading is a requirement for Boldore's evolution into Gigalith. It cannot evolve through other methods like leveling up or using an evolution stone. Lycanroc Power. Lycanroc is a Pokémon species introduced in the 7th generation of the Pokémon franchise. It is known for its wolf-like appearance and its rock typing. There are 3 different forms of Lycanroc, each with its own unique powers and abilities. Midday form Lycanroc. This form of Lycanroc has a sleek, wolf-like appearance. Its powers and abilities include Tough Claws. Lycanroc's physical attacks receive a boost in power due to its ability. Accelerock, a rock-type move that allows Lycanroc to strike first, regardless of its speed stat. Stone Edge, a powerful rock-type move that has a high chance of landing a critical hit. Quick Attack, a fast-paced normal-type move that allows Lycanroc to strike before its opponent. Midnight form Lycanroc. This form of Lycanroc has a more aggressive and feral appearance. Its powers and abilities include Vital Spirit. Lycanroc's ability prevents it from falling asleep during battle. Counter. Lycanroc can counter a physical attack with double the power. Crunch, a dark-type move that deals damage and has a chance to lower the opponent's defense stat. Accelgar, a move exclusive to Midnight form Lycanroc, similar to Accelerock but dark-type instead of rock-type. Dusk form Lycanroc. This form of Lycanroc is a special variant introduced in Pokémon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It has characteristics of both midday and midnight forms. Its powers and abilities include Tough Claws. Dusk form Lycanroc also possesses this ability, boosting the power of its physical attacks. Counter. Like midnight form, dusk form can counter physical attacks with double the power. Stone Edge. Dusk form can use this powerful rock-type move just like midday form. Accelgar. Dusk form Lycanroc also has access to this move, which is dark-type in this form. Defense Energy. Lycanroc is a dual-type rock-type Pokémon introduced in Generation 7 of the Pokémon franchise. It has 3 different forms: midday form, midnight form, and dusk form. Each form has its own unique stats and abilities. Regarding defense energies, I assume you are referring to the move Defense Curl and the item Eviolite in relation to Lycanroc's defensive capabilities. Defense Curl is a non-damaging normal-type move that increases the user's defense stat. If Lycanroc uses Defense Curl, its defense stat will be raised, making it more resistant to physical attacks. However, it does not directly increase its overall defensive capabilities, such as its special defense stat. Eviolite is an item that boosts the defense and special defense stats of a Pokémon that is not fully evolved. If Lycanroc is in its basic form, Rockruff, or its first evolution stage, Lycanroc midday form or Lycanroc midnight form, it can hold the Eviolite to gain a significant boost to its defensive stats. This item can be useful for enhancing Lycanroc's overall defensive capabilities. Weakness. Lycanroc is a rock-type Pokémon from the Pokémon franchise. It has 3 different forms: midday form, midnight form, and dusk form. Each form has its own set of strengths and weaknesses. However, since you didn't specify the specific form of Lycanroc you are referring to, I'll provide the weaknesses common to all forms. Water-type moves. Lycanroc is weak against water-type moves. Being a rock-type Pokémon, it is vulnerable to water-type attacks, which can deal super-effective damage. Grass-type moves. Lycanroc is also weak against grass-type moves. Again, being a rock-type, it is susceptible to grass-type attacks, which can exploit its weakness. Fighting-type moves. Lycanroc's rock-typing makes it weak to fighting-type moves. Fighting-type attacks can deal increased damage to rock-type Pokémon like Lycanroc. Steel-type moves. Lycanroc is weak against Steel-type moves. Steel-type attacks are super effective against rock-types, including Lycanroc. Evolution. Lycanroc is a Pokémon species that belongs to the rock-type and was introduced in the Pokémon series in Generation 7, Pokémon Sun and Moon. Lycanroc has 3 different forms, each with its own unique evolution method and appearance. These forms are: Midday form. Lycanroc's midday form is the default form and is known for its sleek and agile appearance. It evolves from Rockruff when leveled up to level 25 in Pokémon. Sun, Pokémon Ultra Sun, or Pokémon Sword. Midnight form. Lycanroc's midnight form has a more aggressive and fierce look compared to the midday form. It evolves from Rockruff when leveled up to level 25 in Pokémon Moon, Pokémon Ultra Moon, or Pokémon Shield. Dusk form. Lycanroc's dusk form is a special form introduced in Pokémon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It has characteristics of both the midday and midnight forms and is exclusive to a special Rockruff that was distributed as an event Pokémon. This Rockruff evolves into dusk form Lycanroc when leveled up between 5 p.m. and 5:59 p.m. in the game. Kabutops Power. Kabutops is a Pokémon species introduced in the first generation of Pokémon games. It is a dual-type rock/water Pokémon and is the evolved form of Kabuto. While Kabutops doesn't possess any supernatural powers, it does have several unique abilities and characteristics that make it a formidable Pokémon in battles. Here are some of Kabutops' notable powers. Swift Swim. Kabutops has the ability Swift Swim, which doubles its speed in rainy weather. This allows Kabutops to outspeed many opponents and strike first. Strong physical attacks. Kabutops has a high attack stat, allowing it to deal significant damage with physical moves. It can learn moves like Waterfall, Slash, Stone Edge, and X-Scissor, among others, to make the most of its offensive capabilities. Adaptability. Kabutops has the ability Adaptability, which enhances the power of moves with the same type as Kabutops itself. This ability boosts the damage output of Kabutops' stab, same type attack bonus, moves, making them even more potent. Water Absorb. Kabutops possesses the Water Absorb ability, which allows it to restore a portion of its HP when hit by a water-type move. This ability grants Kabutops additional survivability when facing water-type opponents. Cutting and slicing skills. Kabutops has sharp, side-like claws that it uses for cutting and slicing its prey. These claws make its physical attacks even more dangerous and enable it to strike with precision. Agile Swimmer. Kabutops is known for its exceptional swimming abilities. It can swiftly navigate through water, using its streamlined body and powerful limbs to move with great agility. This allows Kabutops to outmaneuver opponents and strike from unexpected angles. Defense Energy. Kabutops is a dual-type rock/water Pokémon known for its offensive prowess rather than its defensive capabilities. However, it does possess certain defensive powers and characteristics that can aid it in battles. Here are some of Kabutops' defensive powers. Type Resistance. As a rock/water type, Kabutops has resistance to normal, flying, poison, and fire-type moves. This resistance reduces the amount of damage taken from attacks of these types, providing a level of defense against them. Armor: Kabutops possesses a hard exoskeleton and sharp blades on its arms, which serve as natural armor. This physical armor helps protect it from some physical attacks, providing a moderate level of defense. Speed and agility: Kabutops is known for its incredible speed and agility. Its swift movements allow it to dodge incoming attacks more easily, reducing the effectiveness of opponents' moves and enhancing its defensive capabilities. Shell protection: in the Pokemon games, Kabutops has access to moves like Protect and Aqua Ring, which can increase its survivability. Protect allows Kabutops to protect itself from any attack for one turn, while Aqua Ring gradually restores its health over time. Ability: Kabutops has various abilities that can aid its defense. One notable ability is Weak Armor, which raises its speed stat when hit by a physical move, potentially allowing it to outspeed opponents and avoid future attacks. Weakness: Kabutops is a dual-type rock/water Pokemon. As such, it has specific weaknesses and resistances. Here are its weaknesses. Grass-type moves: Kabutops is weak to grass-type moves. Grass-type Pokemon and moves deal super effective damage to it. So, using moves like Solar Beam, Energy Ball, or Leaf Blade against Kabutops will be particularly effective. Electric-type moves: Kabutops is also weak to electric-type moves. Electric-type Pokemon and moves can exploit its weakness. Moves like Thunderbolt, Thunder, or Thunder Punch can deal significant damage to Kabutops. Evolution: Kabutops does not have a further evolution. In the Pokemon franchise, Kabutops is the final evolved form of Kabuto. Kabuto evolves into Kabutops when it reaches level 40. Kabutops is a dual-type rock/water Pokemon known for its sharp blades and swift swimming abilities. It has a unique appearance with a shell-like body, large claws, and a distinctive crest on its head. While Kabutops cannot evolve any further, it remains a formidable Pokemon in battle with its strong offensive capabilities. Onix. Power. Onix is a Pokemon species in the Pokemon franchise, known for its rock and ground type abilities. While Pokemon abilities vary within the games, here are some powers and abilities typically associated with Onix. Rock Head: Onix may have the ability to have the Rock Head ability, which prevents it from taking recoil damage from moves that have a recoil effect. Sturdy: Onix often possesses the Sturdy ability, which allows it to withstand a one-hit knockout attack and survive with 1 HP if it is at full health. Rock-type moves: Onix has access to various rock-type moves, such as Rock Throw, Rock Slide, and Stone Edge. These moves typically deal damage to opponents, with varying power and accuracy. Ground-type moves: as a ground-type Pokemon, Onix can also learn ground-type moves like Earthquake, Dig, and Bulldoze. These moves are typically effective against Pokemon with weaknesses to ground-type attacks. Durability: Onix is known for its high defense stat, making it a resilient Pokemon that can withstand physical attacks. Size and strength: Onix's immense size and weight give it significant physical strength, allowing it to deliver powerful blows and use its body as a weapon. Defense energy. Onix is a rock/ground-type Pokemon known for its large size and serpentine body made of rock. Here are some of the powers and abilities associated with Onix. Rock Hardness: Onix has a durable and sturdy body composed of rocky skin, making it highly resistant to physical attacks. Earthquake: Onix can create powerful seismic vibrations by slamming its body onto the ground, causing the earth to shake and damaging its opponents. Rock Throw: Onix can launch rocks and boulders at its opponents with great accuracy and force, inflicting damage from a distance. Stealth Rock: Onix can create an invisible field of jagged rocks on the battlefield. When opponents switch in, these rocks cause damage and weaken their Pokemon. Sandstorm: Onix can summon a sandstorm, creating swirling winds and sand that not only reduce visibility but also deal damage to opposing Pokemon. Rock Slide: Onix can trigger a cascade of rocks to fall from above, hitting multiple targets and potentially causing flinching, making the opponent lose their turn. Dig, Onix can burrow into the ground, becoming temporarily invulnerable to most attacks and then springing out to strike its opponent from below. Bind, Onix can constrict its opponents with its long body, restricting their movement and causing ongoing damage. Weakness. Onix is a dual-type rock/ground Pokémon from the Pokémon franchise. As a rock/ground type, Onix has specific weaknesses and resistances. Here are Onix's weaknesses. Water-type moves, Onix is weak to water-type moves. Water-type attacks deal double damage to Onix due to its rock typing. Grass-type moves, Onix is also weak to grass-type moves. Similarly, grass-type attacks are super effective against Onix because of its rock typing. Evolution. Onix is a rock/ground type Pokémon introduced in the first generation of Pokémon games. It has a unique evolution method that involves the use of an item called the Metal Coat. Here are the details of Onix's evolution. Onix is the basic form of this Pokémon. It is a large serpent-like Pokémon made entirely of rock. It has a long body composed of several segments and is known for its impressive defensive capabilities. Steelix, Onix can evolve into Steelix when traded while holding a Metal Coat. Steelix is a dual-type steel/ground Pokémon. The Metal Coat is an item that can be found in various Pokémon games and is used to evolve certain Pokémon that require it. When Onix holds the Metal Coat and is traded to another player or game, it will evolve into Steelix. Steelix is significantly larger and more powerful than Onix. It gains a steel typing, which grants it additional resistances and weaknesses. Steelix has a hard steel exoskeleton and can withstand heavy blows. Its body is incredibly durable and it can burrow deep into the ground. Thanks for joining this video.